Hello, losing weight Rippy Minor here. It's 6th of November and it's Thursday. Well, review time. And it's still Peter Gabriel. And the first one for this week was Peter Gabriel's fourth again, but Ein Deutsches album, so all the lyrics in German. Uh, I will do the third album in German too when I get to borrow that from my friend. Um, it kind of goes with the territory. I need to have it. It's not easy to buy either, so not on vinyl anyway. Um, and after that, Peter Gabriel. So this was actually better than I remember it. I always found the third and the fourth the best albums. I still think so, but and that so was a bit of a sellout. But it isn't really. It's quite an experimental album too. It's just that he managed to balance it with commercial interest a lot better. And it's of course Mercy Street and In Your Eyes is my favorite from this album, not the usual hits. But anyway, excellent album. And recently celebrated, if I understand it, as a 20-year-old or something like that. Well, anyway, after that I have this one. It looks similar to So, but this is a bootleg. And it's a double album live, where the first album is from the live tour, at least the first 6 songs from '86. And then the rest is from '83, where 3 songs, Salisbury Hill, Reach Out, and I Know What I Like, is with Steve Hackett and Mike Rutherford on stage. So that's it's not very clear, and the recording are awful. The quality, he clearly stands at one speaker, and when Gabriel rushes over on the one side of the stage and sings, you hear nothing of his voice. So and the sound quality is awful. But anyway, for a fan, it's interesting, and I still, despite the sound quality, I will put a little bit of Salisbury Hill with Hackett and Rutherford as the background music on the exercise video. And then tonight's rips. The soundtrack from Birdie. It's a good movie, but soundtrack is even better. This is kind of like the Games Without Words bootleg. It's but with a fantastic sound quality. It's bits and pieces of the third and fourth album stuff, and you have to guess which parts are from which songs, but some are very obvious and some are a little bit stranger. It's if you like the third and fourth album, you have to have this album too and listen to it. It's not, I don't think it's even one spoken word on anything. He uses his voice here and there, but it's just like a sound machine. Anyway, I think it's fantastic. I will rate it even higher than So, actually. And then I ripped this. So this is actually a double album. I should have ripped Passion, another soundtrack, but that is also a double album, but a long double album. This is a double album just because it barely fits on one record, and if you would to show it in on a single album, it wouldn't be much sound quality left. You have to compress the tracks and do all sorts of tricks in the mastering to achieve that. Making it a double album, he didn't have to do any compromises, not any big other than it's on vinyl in this case, and but not much longer than a single album. So the exercise didn't pull out a very long time. About the record and the music, it is a good album. It's different than So because it's a little less accessible for the mainstream. So it's a little bit back to the experimental, but I don't think they get to the more fun experimental stuff from the third and fourth album. It's a lot of good songs and stuff, but it never really anything that really jumps out. It's almost the first track, Come Talk to Me, is almost the best one. Blood of Eden is good too, but it's also on the first side. It's the first and third song. But very little from Peter Gabriel is bad stuff, so it's still good. I have a lot of maxi singles and singles from him too, so there will be more ripped. But aside from Passion being tomorrow's rip, I have no more 33 RPM vinyl of him. But I will re-rip it on the Better Record Player when that is finished, if I ever get it. It should be no later than next week, but you never know. The factory said 3 to 6 weeks, and I don't exactly know when the factory got the go-ahead, because it was one date I paid for the record player, and then they had to go the order to the Swedish agent, and then the Swedish agent ordered from England. So I don't really know if it's coming next week or the week after that, but it shouldn't be any later than that anyway. So I will probably be mid through Genesis when the new record player comes. So that about that for this period, and I hope I break the 87 kilogram very hard wall and start losing a little bit more weight. But if it is because I'm building a lot of muscle, then maybe it's not so bad. My initial goal was reaching 85 kilograms as a first step, and then decide what to do, because I imagined with my I've always been pretty strong. I have a heavy lifting job and stuff like that. So I imagine that despite I'm only 174 centimeters, that 85 kilograms probably is a good goal weight considering muscle mass. But then a bit in when we started to go closer to the 90 kilograms, I realized I probably have to go lower than 85 kilograms to get really fit and the body fat perspective. But if I start building muscle now, then maybe not. We'll see. So it's a Gabriel album. Well, see you next time. Bye.